I think today I might go to this node here, if I'm feeling up to it. But right now I was practicing last night. My power went out for a long time. I guess it rained here. They weren't ready for it. Shocking. They weren't ready for it. And the internet went out. Not the power, the internet went out. So I was noodling around on the guitar because I had nothing to do, which is pretty good. And I was kind of thinking about the strumming thing, and I'm back into this percussion strumming. So I'm trying to like maneuver my fingers around for the percussion strumming. Now, obviously, this is unique or different for every guitar because if you have an electric guitar, it's a whole different, same concept, but whole different thing. But I like the acoustic. And with the acoustic, it used to be you couldn't do this kind of thing as much, it seems to me. This is my understanding of it, at least. Because you can't really do that in a show as much unless you have electronics in there. But now that everything's online, then I think that kind of stuff might come back more. Like you could do more quiet stuff, even on an acoustic without an amp, because you don't need to amplify the sound in a studio setting. Although I think studio settings or shows might come up as well, because what I'm trying to think about is like what, not for me per se, but for other musicians and whatnot, is the idea of like, well, what's going to happen with this AI stuff? I mean, because you would think that AI is pretty good at generating melodies and things and repeating things. So I would think that one of the things that might happen is you get maybe more unique people that are playing stuff that's kind of a little bit more out there, but they're playing in a home studio, so they can do things that are somewhat more outside the box, which might take a little bit longer, at least, for the algorithms to be picking up to what they're doing, right? So it's interesting because it's different, basically. And maybe shows might come up more, you would think, because people want to see like someone actually manually, physically doing something, just like playing basketball or something. You're like, wow, that's amazing what they can do. You're like, so it's not just the sound. It's like, oh my goodness, they're doing crazy stuff, right? So I'm thinking. So I was thinking, with an acoustic, you could do a kind of like still pretty low sounding things but with the strings that have how much pressure you put on the fingers to get what kind of sound, and sounds that you usually think are like, I don't want that sound. That sounds like I missed it, right? But now it's like, well, how can I incorporate that into like an intentional thing, right? Which I think a lot of people are doing more so possibly on the electric type, but also on the acoustic. They do these little taps, right? So how much pressure you put on the finger. Anyway, that's what I was kind of thinking. So I was thinking, like, I get the full thing like that, but then when I want an acoustic, I could just kind of bar that off. But then I tend to always do downstrokes or strumming, and I kind of want to get the picking in there, so I can get like something like that in there. And it's different if I was to do like that with one finger or up here. I'm not ringing anything out, but it's still a different sound. Different, I guess, what do they call it? Timbre. And if I do it up here, you get that totally different kind of thing. And then if I do it on these strings at the bottom, see, I'm just kind of thing I was working into that was like if I reach, the other thing I was kind of like noodling around with just from a technique standpoint, and I always kind of do it in the middle of the guitar, and then I kind of get good at it and see where else I can do it on it. So the other thing I was thinking is like, well, what about like if I reach, like I can always, like as long as I can always reach outside the shape. So if I'm putting my pointer on this finger on this string, and I'm thinking about the collection of notes around the key of C, right? From the minor perspective right there, and then I could reach out here. So I was like, I'm just looking for patterns because I go outside and then back in, and as long as I end inside, I could go outside and get a little bit of a something different. Excuse me. And then I went under it. So I was repeating that pattern. I'm just trying to get something that I can like repeat, that I can fit into whatever kind of groove I'm in. God, I've got a hair sticking in. I can see a hair in my view, but I can't. So I'm just going outside the shape here, and then back to here, and then down to here, and then I'm smearing on the same string from here to here. So outside here, then I'm clucking the one underneath it, and then I'm going from here back to here, smear or slide or whatever you want to call it. So then once I have that pattern, the other thing I was working in there is like, how can you vary the pattern just to make it different? So then when I come back, instead of smearing back here, I'm gonna take my pointer finger and go like that, like so. So now, outside the shape, under the shape, smear, or what about the wiggle? The wiggle. Smear versus the wiggle. So then I can work that in with, like, when I mute, sometimes I like to mute with this finger just to get the rhythm, because it sounds a little bit different than this finger. So I'm just doing two strings that, like, I would pluck them at the same one at a time, but I'm putting not enough pressure to ring it out. Now I'm just varying between those things. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna do that till it sounds bored. I think of it like a drum circle, where they just, you're just like, all right, we've been doing that a little bit too long. Let me vary up the pattern. So now I'm going to try to pick the bottom strings down here. See, it's a different percussive sound. I could do the full like that. I was trying to do just percussion last night. It's hard not to ring something out though when you're playing. like that pattern. Maybe I'll just play with that for the rest of the day. I don't want to tease anyone with my, but I'm kind of torn if I want to keep on going on this note. I will go with this note eventually, but I'm kind of into my percussion thing. Although my arm's hurting, I have a, so I should probably take it easy since I was whacking off the guitar because the dang cable was out last night. So maybe I should take a break. So anyway, I don't know what I'll do. I don't know what I do. It's a mystery after. So let me see if I could. Let's try looking at a quick PowerPoint joke. So joke PowerPoint. This one's a little bit not as controversial, although for some people it is, because I feel like the Disney. I'm back on the Disney thing, where it's like they've lost it, man. Like they were so great, and it's like what in the, like they went crazy. Something happened. They buy all the IPs, and then it's almost like they do it on purpose. You know, you could buy the IPs that they bought, and you could just like have ChatGTP write you the script, and you could just make cartoons of it or something. You can make terrible movies as long as it has a decent script, and it would be fine. But somehow they can't do that. Somehow they have to buy the script, and then like deconstruct it to the point where the story doesn't make any sense, and then there's marketing strategies to yell at you because you're like, dude, your story is lame. And then they get mad. It's like it's such a bad marketing strategy. It's like I can't help but think there's a conspiracy behind it or something, because it's like, dude, there's got to be something going on. So I'm thinking maybe like it's kind of like the Soros money, and then like I don't know, and then other like nefarious forces that want to take down the American, kind of like ethos, like heroes and stuff, and then what they did is they infiltrated the companies with like the DEI stuff, and then they like it's like when they pick the DAs that are like corrupt, but they picked like the people that manage the projects that are corrupt, and they're really there to tear down the projects, even though like they have to act like they're doing their job, but they're not, because that's what I think is happening. So anyways, so I think that what they have now is they have Gaston. I heard there's a Gaston movie, which is basically, I don't know it too well, but the Beauty and the Beast thing had the main character that's supposed to be the complete jerk is the Gaston character, right? And so now they're gonna make a Gaston movie, which I think is kind of in the line of thinking for like Cruella de Vil or something like that. They're trying to make the lady that wanted to make, steal all of her neighbors' puppies so that she can make a coat out of it. They're gonna make her like a nice they're gonna try to. I think that's what they're trying to do, but it seems like a terrible idea, because the villain is only there to be a villain, right? That's the point of it. In that, I don't really. Again, I just like. What is that? Anyway, so here's my theory that the whole board, because of DEI, has women on it, and they're trying to figure it out on, what men want, because the men are leaving. So that's the basic idea. So hold on. Okay, wait a sec. Picture this. Disney boardroom, long glass table, all women, power suits, perfect posture, the kind of room where the chairs cost more than my car. And then they're panicking because they're like, okay, so the men are gone. The men are gone. No matter how many superhero movies we make, we keep losing the men. Just poof, like Thanos snapped, but only for the guys named Mike. They're staring at the charts like, wait, how did this happen? When? Well, maybe around the time, I don't know, Luke Skywalker cried and like Captain America refused to slap like anyone ever, and every legacy hero became like a life lesson, and they denigrated him. So someone goes, wait, we need to bring men back. We need to bring men back into the fold. We're losing money. We're finally going to look at this from a capitalistic standpoint and say, maybe we should try to think about how to make money. And then the room goes quiet, because now they have the answer. They have to answer the hardest question imaginable to this particular board, at least. What do men like? And nobody wants to Google it. That'd make it too easy. So they brainstorm like, well, I don't know. Men are misogynist assholes, right? Yeah. They love muscles. Definitely muscles. And shouting. Oh, they love shouting. So then one executive gasps like she just solved the climate change. I know. Gaston. We'll make a Gaston spinoff. That'll bring back the men. The room freezes. Then eruption. Yes. That's it. That's masculinity. They caught it in the bottle back in the day with the original Beauty and the Beast. Because apparently, in their minds, every man is just, no one plots like Gaston, reads a book like Gaston, emotionally processes trauma, not Gaston. And I love the irony of it. You've got this circle of brilliant, hyper-competent women squinting at the focus group data like, Here's what's killing us. The male audience is gone. Why? Because Luke Skywalker showed feelings. So quick, back to testosterone. But instead of asking men what they'd want, like, I don't know, a plot possibly would be nice. They go, give me biceps, give me a song, give me a woman to chase, and then in the boardroom, they high five like, see, we fixed the men audience decline right there. Meanwhile, Twitter explodes with every guy going, no, we don't want to be portrayed as Gaston now. You're going down, you're making it worse. We just want a story that makes sense. It has plot points. Like, you could go from A to B. You could say, hey, look, I could see how they got to B from A, and there's some kind of plausibility, so I could turn off my mind and not be like, how the hell did you get from here to there? That's it. That's the whole request. But Disney, like, oh, so you want masculinity? They're gonna hand you a cartoon caveman, and you're standing there like, I just wanted some competence in the storytelling. Okay, just hire a writer that knows how to write a sequence of events that could plausibly happen in some kind of alternate universe, for crying out. And Disney's like, best we can do is shouting and a protein shake. That's what they're, I don't know. Maybe I'm being too hard on them. I'm just saying that's what I imagine is going to happen here. I can't imagine that that's going to be a winner. I don't know what they're thinking. Like, maybe I got the whole thing wrong. Maybe it's like some other angle they're going at, but that's what as soon as I saw that, that's what popped into my mind, which is, so I thought I'd express it, and then I wrote a song about it. And so I have a song about it. I've never heard it yet. Let's see what they got.
Hold up, wait. I think I finally cracked the case. Had a flash of insight, hit the brakes. Picture this, a boardroom glow, glass table long, designer chairs below, power suits, posture, military grade. Every chair costs more than what I paid. And they're panicking, whispering low, like, so where did all the men go? Just poof, evaporated air, like Thanos snap, but only mics were there. They stare at charts, lines falling fast. Wait, when did this happen? How'd we miss the past? Well, maybe when Luke Skywalker cried and Captain America politely declined, when every hero learned a lesson instead and punched no villains, just journaled in bed. We gotta bring the men back quick somehow. Room goes silent, no one knows how. One question drops like a thunderstrike. What do men like? No one wants to Google that phrase, so they brainstorm in the safest ways. Well, men are jerks, right? Yeah, I guess. They like big muscles, more excess. And shouting? Oh, they love to shout. Nods all around, case figured out. Then one exec gasps, eyes glowing bright, like she just fixed the climate overnight. I know I got it, listen, wait. The answer's clear. Room goes straight into freeze frame shock. Then erupts like they just beat the clock. Yes, that's it. That's masculinity. High fives flying like victory confetti. No one plots like Gaston. Reads a book like Gaston. Feelings, growth, processing trauma, not gas. Hit the weight, hit the note, chase the girl, sing the songs. That's a man, apparently all along. And here's the irony I can't ignore. A circle of geniuses, data galore, squinting at graphs, scratching their heads. Male audience gone, must be feelings instead. So quick, back to testosterone. Slams the button mark, dumb it down. Instead of asking men what they'd want, I don't know, a plot? They say give him biceps, give him a tune, give him a woman he can chase till June. Boardroom high fives, mission complete. We fix the men. Great job, team. Meanwhile, Twitter's on fire. Every guy's like, no, please, that's not right. We don't want Gaston caveman tier. We just want a story that's coherent here. That's it. That's the list. That's the whole request. But Disney goes, oh, you want masculinity? Hands you a cartoon Neanderthal parody, and you're standing there calm, competent plea. I just wanted someone who could lead. Disney shrugs, protein shake in hand. Best I can do is shouting and abs.
Okay, I think they just read my script again, but they did put a Disney like I guess what is it, a musical kind of thing behind it, which I guess was appropriate, very appropriate. So that I have to give Suno credit for that. But I kind of feel like they just read my script. I kind of think that was word for word. I told it to adjust the script to make it a song, but all right, whatever. I'm just going to play with this percussion thing for the day. It's kind of like a holiday. I feel like that's appropriate. I tried to adjust my microphone in a slightly different place. So let me know if that's an improvement or not. My other glasses. Oh no! Oh man! I try to do just a double stop, but with just percussion. Sounds a little different than doing one string at a time. trying to get that little tap, which is like, I guess, like a snare. Heavy string has a weird sound to it. Alright. So I'm trying to see, I was able before to get this tapping down, but then I was whacking the side of my guitar and I cracked it. And then I glued it. And now there's a glue drip. Can you believe that? Sloppy work. I'd be ashamed of I'm not. Oh, but what are you gonna do? So that's why I got the cajon.
Thank